morning. Today's Be the Light meditation. We have them every Wednesday morning at 9. Our focus is on bringing forth, even though there's a lot of heaviness and challenge, the pandemic out there, bringing forth some little golden nugget that kind of keeps you afloat. Or maybe your friend has done something spectacular and you want to share it. We need those golden moments of peace right now until there's enough of them that we're actually creating a whole new platform of reality. But right now, find that moment, that golden nugget of peace. And that's what this meditation is about today. Welcome to the Be the Light meditation. And I just began a moment ago showing a very important, I feel it's a personal video when it was presented by Jessica, of dancing from her soul as a ballerina, as a master, as a Renaissance woman. I mean, my heart just, I get chills and I just get teary every time I see it. But when I look at each one of you, I know you have a masterpiece in you. And some of you, I see them sprouting. I see the seeds being born during the pandemic, during the hardships, during the loss of family, during all of this grief and sadness and anger too. So Jessica, thank you for that light. And I want to share with you, this has been my favorite poem since I was a little girl. And I do feel that there's such a depth of sadness in the world. You may not know this, but if you're a child from the 50s, there was a United Way no, it wasn't even a poster. It was on TV and it went everywhere and it was all black. And there was just two little sad eyes, the eyes of a little girl, and that was me. My next door neighbor did work in San Francisco, and she saw me just walking up and down the street, and I held the sadness of everything. And I think that feeling, so sad for everybody and everything, made me want to help. It made me want to burst through with something. So I'm saying that the sadness that I have always felt for other people in the human condition has been the fertilizer, the sacred, fertile ground to keep me going to possibly alleviate what is even getting thicker in our fear-based reality. And if I didn't have my intuition-based knowing and seeing a new, brighter future through our efforts and through our remembering our special missions. So Jessica, thank you for being that seed of just sprouting in this flower to shine. You took everything of your life and it composted and it came forth with the most blessed, pure gift to the world. And that's why I sent you a little video of it. And I'd love to get the name of that song, by the way, as well. Okay, this is my favorite poem. And actually, my mom, she was a Renaissance woman. And even though we were pretty poor, fairly poor, okay? My brothers and sisters don't like to say it, but I'm going to say we were poor. But we made the best of everything because of my mother. She sewed us clothes. She decorated cakes. She just did everything. And then she learned calligraphy. And then she started painting. She painted brooms because she said, we're supposed to paint what you really know. Well, with 8 kids, she was constantly sweeping the kitchen floor. But she made, for me, a calligraphy version of this poem that I have. It's been my inner light from my whole life, and she made me a beautiful calligraphy form of it. Sarah Teasdale, The Barter. Life has loveliness to sell. All beautiful and splendid things, blue waves whitened on a cliff, soaring fire that sways and sings, and children's faces looking up, holding wonder in a cup. Life has loveliness to sell, music like a curve of gold, scent of pine trees in the rain, eyes that love you, arms that hold, and for your spirit still delight, holy thoughts that stir the night. Spend all you have for loveliness. Buy it and never count the cost. For one white singing hour of peace, count many a year of strife well lost. And for a breath of ecstasy, give all that you have been or could be. So I would have to say that's how I have lived my life. just just go for it. Don't save up. Don't be stingy. Don't wait and hold on to your money for some old age. My friends who've done that have Parkinson's. Their house burned down. She died of a heart attack. I mean, the list goes on and on. Whatever is in you, that song to sing, that dance, that maybe you don't even see it, but you know what's there, and you can feel it. You can feel the vibration of it, and let that vibration of getting closer. Remember that little hot and cold game that we played? I played a trick on Rick the other day, and we did, we're bored. We were snowed in. It's Valentine's Day. And I made a little smelly with rose scent, because we first met with rose scent. I found some Valentine's Day fabric and sewed up a little thing with rose scent, put it in a bag with a Zoltar fortune and some other fun little things, and I hid it in the piano. So I said, hot, cold, hot, cold. He's like looking around. So he brings it out. And I said, I don't know why I said it. I said, you could put that little rose thing and put it in your underwear drawer. Okay. And I thought he'd forget that. So this morning I come down the steps. I fixed my hair just because it's gray, and I just thought I'll do something new and see how it'll look. Some reason he's all dressed. He has Ella Fitzgerald music on, and he puts his arms up. Let's have this dance. And we're dancing, and he says, can you smell my underwear? And I'm like, what is he talking about? These are the moments that get us through. That's why I'm spending so much time on this. In all of this, you make moments. The moments will get us through until the moments become more connected. Okay? The moments lift us up, they lift our vibration. Sometimes I think I do this Wednesday morning. I almost said meditation, because it keeps me on the horse of channeling and bringing through the vibration. And I think whoever's there will imbibe it together. We'll make a circle, and I'll post it so I'm in service. But this is one of my golden high points of the week, where my gifts and what I feel is easy for me and I love to give flows out. So this week, say if you have a whole day that just feels heavy. I mean, really, we've got this well, we had the snow, my two sisters were freezing, Texas is off the map freezing, and your heart is just feeling, bring a spot of light. Bring a golden moment. I have a sister that no matter what happens, she says, need to go, we're texting about all the foibles and issues and quagmires. Got to go practice harp. And I know she's just sitting there having her golden moment. These golden moments, they're like heaven sent, but we must use our will to arrange and access them, and to prioritize to have that golden moment at least once a day. Okay? One a day vitamin. And I do say meditate once a day. But I'm beginning to realize, as as the energies on the earth are coming in and fulminating and giving us higher vibrational rays all the time, whether we're ready to embody them or not, our ability to stay in the still point is happening more and more by choice while we are going through our day. And as I talk to my advanced adept friends and colleagues, they're finding that you don't have to shut your eyes. You don't have to go into that meditation in the Merkaba, protect, blah, blah, blah. We're getting to the point where we are accessing and bringing in that spiritual energy, and we are holding it eyes wide open, still in the fray, still in a fear-based reality, but more and more able to hold our vibration. Now, why are we able to do this? Practice. We've been practicing. Anywhere we go, I ask and intend in this moment to bring in a vibration and to hold it. And in the future, we won't have to meditate. My main teacher, she's in 0 point all the time. In fact, she vibrates at such a high rate. Sometimes she goes in and out of focus. She goes into her light body. Okay? So let's practice going into our light body. Now, be the light meditation. Take a nice deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Make sure that you're comfortable. And you can keep your eyes open or shut. Nice deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more time, it's very stable to do things in threes. Deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place the beautiful hold-on of balance, or not, over our entire energy field. Maybe you'd like to, we practice so much holding and working with our own energy field. Maybe today's the day. It's like training wheels. We want to be like Jesus and walk through earth, through the lepers, through the sad, through the people, through all the darkness, and never be dented. So in this moment, we have this beautiful hold-on of balance, geometric structure. But if you want, you can imagine it's windows, or it's just like a fine golden threaded structure where the air comes through. If that feels a little safer, you still have some protection. Okay? Does that make sense? Like a jungle gym, with no walls. We need to get used to living in this, I almost said sin-based, that sounds so judgmental, in this fear-based cesspool reality that is fulminating and composting into something better. We want to be able to walk through and not feel so emotionally distressed and pressed down that we lose our core vibration. Okay? So take a deep breath. We ask and intend to set this sacred space, and you decide what that is. With all those choices I just gave you, now surround yourself with the divine helpers. Now, you may or may not know this, but you know why it's easier to talk to angels than hear them? Since the harmonic convergence in 1980s, subsequent layers of angelic beings have been released in a stair-stepped, time-based model. Specifically on 11/11, it's like, imagine the netting that held the party balloons at parties. Imagine layers of releases of angelic, conscious beings being released at specific times here into this third dimension. So they're here, very close, very accessible with us now. We don't have to go anywhere. All the archangels, the supreme divine light beings are here. So when I say we call in our divine vibrational angelic realm colleagues, they're here, and they're here like sisters and brothers. They're not some perfect heavenly place. they're here and they're accessing us in conversation as brothers and sisters, not as above, so below. It is now, we're here now. So they're available to you in this room, in this place, in this dimension. So feel that. No wonder we've had physical symptoms. If we have divine beings around us all the time, guess what? All that light shows us where we still have shadows, shows us where we're still stuck in a painful pattern due to life traumas. So we are really at the pinnacle and the crux of truly understanding our role as holding as much light as we can, mitigating and healing all the old stories, and so that we are working with the angelic realms, their voice, their ideations, their co-creation is coming through us. Okay, it's coming through us. I'll tell you a little story to make it a little clearer. I used to sing at the bedside of people dying. And one day I just saw there was a circle of angels there, but they couldn't sing to the patient. They couldn't sing. And there was an empty space. And I said, well, what's in that empty space? They said, Jan, when you sit there, you link us up and we can sing through you. But if you're not sitting there in your little, I called it my hospice camp chair. I had a little camp chair I'd fold up and I'd sit there and sing right into that person's heart. You have a voice on earth and we don't. We're interdimensional beings. You must be incarnated to have a voice on earth. And you can be the voice of angelic frequencies by allowing us to work and come through you. So think about where in your life you are that megaphone and there's a whole bunch of angels and you're saying, sing through me, speak through me, dance through me so people can feel the resonance of heaven on earth, which has been so absent. That is why we do these meditations, to fill ourselves with the highest vibrational frequency and to join the grid and let the other higher beings' light, information, and wisdom come through us. So now we have set that sacred space. We are surrounded by divine beings. And some of you, I know, can see them, clairvoyant. Some of you can hear them, clairaudient. Some of you can feel them, clairsentient. I feel them. So I need my friends who can see them. We need each other for confirmation. Remember when you thought you were going crazy when you first had your interdimensional things and you talked to someone else, you go, yeah, somebody, they've been talking to me and they've been coming to me in my dream. And we need each other to share these stories to confirm and have credibility of this interdimensional work we're doing, which most people don't have a clue. Most people, they don't have a clue at all and wrote me off years ago, but that's okay. I'm here to serve those who contracted with the Creator to awaken. So take a deep breath, and we're just imbibing and we're floating and we're moving into a golden moment of peace. So in your mind, say this with me. I ask and intend to release all heaviness from my body now. I release this anchor heavy feeling I have, and I am imagining I'm becoming a bobber on the water of life. Now you have to have been a fisherman. I'm a Jorgensen, I'm Norwegian. My brothers can close their eyes and fish, and it jumps on the hook. Bobbers are that little red and white thing that keeps the fish hook on the water so that the hook can be down here and the fish can see it. It doesn't go to the bottom where no one can see it. So you are moving with the flow of life, but you're not getting pushed down the stream, and you're not losing your sense of balance, or because you in that bobber are a particle of pure light in the entire consciousness of all that is. You are the micro to the macro, and that's a lot to think about, but it's the truth. So you are floating, and you don't even need all that protection, because what comes to you, you're holding such a light that you have no resonance, no little Velcro patches for drama and trauma to come and stick on you anymore. You are free of the emotional zigzag and anchoring in and going down to the bottom of the ocean in fear. You're fine just to be with what is. So just feel that. And I know in your heart you're thinking, will that be safe? Because this happened and this was so hard. This was deep. Yes, it's part of the human richness, a part of having a life and a body and a heart and connection. But once you give it the vibration, the high vibration, you connect with the beauty and the golden moment of it. And you know that the grief and all of that other part is in the mix, and you accept it and you don't get stuck in the mud with it. The high vibration, the golden moment will keep you afloat. Think about this. Think about the dance, that beautiful ballet dance, that wonderful music I'm going to get the name of. It just to behold that, my heart just floats. It's a golden moment. And that will hold Jessica, the dancer, for quite a long time till her next golden moment. When I used to sing at church all day long, that song that I learned to sing, that I put through my heart and my voice, would circulate as if I was singing it over and over and over again. And it just held me up. And we each have that something. Might be making the perfect cookie and having our loved ones say, heaven. Little slices of heaven. So I'm saying all these words to not convince you, but give you a sense of it's okay not to hold on tight or not get attached to the story. It's okay to start letting go and to imagine that spirit will never let us drown. There is such a survival instinct in this body, and so many times that we've been threatened with lack of money, lack of love, the rug pulled out from underneath us, blah, 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 blah. The role that you showed up for does not use that as a reference, not from this point moving forward, because we are in, again, a very deep transition zone. Third dimension, with all that it entails, into the fifth dimension and higher. So I want to tell you something. If you're here to help the earth shift from third to fifth dimension, where do you think your true soul and consciousness resides? 12th, 26th. You have all the toolkit to mitigate this if you just get out of the drama, sad story. And when I go up in my consciousness to that little pyramid and I know who I am and I see the whole friggin' earth and all of her processes and everything, and how the politicians and their posturing, piece of cake. It's really just energy to refacilitate. And if enough of us get up in that little golden triangle of golden points in every single moment, as my teacher is, and she's making movies now for the masses on fellow humans are divine beings, can see with blindfolds on. And she's doing it through Harvard scientists in a very clinical, left brain concise way. She is shifting the paradigm of science and believability with credible professors who kind of thought all along the quantum field theory, the quantum field theories were just scratching the surface. So in fact, this spiritual being, my teacher, is working on that platform. And the women I'm working with, we're working from pure spirit, angelic realms, our own spiritual consciousness. We are embodying and bringing it through, not science, but the arts. I am working with artists. You sing, you write, you cook, you do feminine things. It is the feminine flow that has been missing on this earth because the women are afraid if they're too feminine that they'll just go poof. If you're feminine all the time, then you're relying on a man and they're not trustworthy. So we have so many storylines going now. And it's no accident we don't feel safe to rely on the flow. So take a deep breath and take your attention to your heart. And let's go to the still point of nothingness. We ask and intend that we now have no thoughts. And we allow ourselves to imagine that we are residing in a safe, still point of non-doing, non-thinking, and just being. The feminine holding space, open, expansive, relaxed, ready to receive, no efforting. All is flowing past, all the movement on earth, the galactic and central universe, everything is all a beautiful, lacy-like stream of activity and vibrations, but you feel safe in this specific golden point in the grid of all that is. Take a deep breath, and now we want to access our physical chakras. We ask and intend that our base chakra feel absolutely safe, sustained, and resourced. We ask that our second chakra, we have a sense of home, relationship, and flow. We ask that we are not attached to any specific picture. We ask and intend to release all the tension in our stomach as we trust, as we believe, as we remember, as we know who we are, a divine, expanded consciousness visiting Earth here in a physical body, accessing the story for a while, and now waking up to the bigger picture with quite a bit of joy that you get to bring these golden moments down through you because you are accessing and working from a very different level. So take a deep breath and rejoice in your very unique role. You answered the call. You said yes. You are here. And we are galvanizing this truth and remembrance when we gather today in circles like this. So just feel it, and this is real. Otherwise, you wouldn't feel it. You just feel all that. Your heart. I feel like my heart is just sending these rays out of light. And in this golden moment, we ask and intend that I hold this as long as possible. My son, the attorney, his friends would say, we don't know what your mom does, but it keeps us in heaven and floating stress-free for 3 days. That's about the length of time for us to get our old stinking thinking and ideas and resistances and bouncing around in the world back. So bring a golden moment in every day and let that keep you floating and safe. You know, I could ask Jessica, after you danced, you weren't thinking about how sad you were and this and that and it. No, you were enveloped and held in a cloud of safety and beauty. And like, I am good and I am here and I brought something so beautiful forth. Okay? It makes everything else just go into its own little slot of the story. So take a deep breath and don't pressure yourself. I have to create golden moments every second. No. Jessica provided her golden moment for me on Sunday. Do you see? We help each other. And we're never jealous or competitive. It's like, I looked at Katie Ketchum the other day with her costume and singing, and I'm going, now why can't I do that? And I said, no. You do that. This is her moment. This is what she's doing. This is what she's doing, and this is her creation, and I have my creations. In the old days, we would try to get in the other person's space or something. You know, it was so different. It was very different. But we encourage each other. We encourage each other. And when Katie came on a SOAR program months ago, it inspired someone else to step out and be colorful and to be. So we thank our sisters. Because we truly, when we get that courage from ourselves or others, it makes a big difference because it gets other golden points popping. And the more we have, they'll connect. And people will say, we won't even remember all of this. It'd be like labor pains. It'd be like, had that new earth, had that baby. Okay, so we haven't even gotten to the best part of the Be the Light. Just simply imagine your crown chakra opening, like Hildegard von Bingen used to, I think she even said, like pipes that hold vibration and sound. And we're going to ask that the Creator bring down a vibrational frequency formula of new music going in your own little organ pipes and coming down, and like ribbons of color, and tone is color, let those tones come in through you like those little things in the car wash, and they are washing through all of your fields, healing, bubbling, clearing your emotional field, physical things, and calming your mental typewriter. Tick, 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 tick. Everything is being calmed and held in this beautiful idea of being a bobber on the flow of life. Mm-hmm. So take a deep breath. Oh, excellent. Good. That's good. Because now that's going in our cells and assisting us in a subatomic level to really embody these perfected energies that are fractalizing the pure universal light and love of the Creator. It's that simple. We just had to get out of the way and use some simple creative processes to do this, or a dance, or a song, or something that is the glory brought through the trumpet, the megaphone of a person's body, voice, or beingness on this earth. So your presence is so important, even in minuscule ways. even in just one little interchange with the person, a look of love and acceptance. Okay, so we're going to just let this kind of just keep rippling and bubbling in. We're pretty much finished with this 9:41, usually about 9:40. So take a nice deep breath. We ask and intend that these energies stabilize and integrate. And imagine that you're putting a beautiful golden resilient egg around your energy field if you choose. And just to kind of let, like after a warm bath, you would maybe wrap in a nice warm blanket just to let everything kind of settle in. Healing happens after music, after the frequencies, after the meditation as it settles down into the physical. Okay. So thank you for joining me on this live section, and also recorded. And these recordings with many other topics can be found at the website soundandlighthealingarts.com. And I am Jan Jorgensen. Thank you. Do you feel that you have a message that you want to share with the world, but you feel like your voice is not being heard? We are here to help. We are SOAR with Sacred Circles, TV shows, radio shows, and workshops. We have created a special place for you to connect and find your voice in empowered community. Connect with us at soundandlighthealingarts.com.